Alright, you lot. You ever feel like you're paying for naught? Like you fork out a tenner every month for Game Pass, PS Plus or EA Play, thinking you're getting unlimited gaming goodness, only to log in and realise that game you're halfway through has vanished overnight. Poof! Like a farting wind. And what are you left with? Bunch of filler titles you'd never willingly play, and another FIFA from 3 years ago. Well, buckle up, because today we're ripping into subscription service scam. Illusion of value that's draining your wallet while convincing you it's a bargain. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe and all that bollocks. It helps channel grow. Alright, let's get into it. Game subscription services, Game Pass, PS Plus, EA Play, they all sell you the same dream. Hundreds of games for a low monthly fee. Sounds like a no-brainer, right? Why spend 60 quid on a new game when you can have hundreds for just a tenner a month? That's exactly how they get you. It's same trick as gym memberships. The bank on fact that you think you'll use it way more than you actually will. See giant library, your brain floods with excitement and you think, I'm going to play all of those. Spoiler alert, you won't. You'll play 3 at most, and one of them will be a game you already own. But real scam? It's not about playing more games, it's about keeping you subscribed. They know if you cancel, you lose access to everything. That backlog you were definitely going to get around to, gone. That game you were halfway through, locked behind a paywall. So what do? You keep paying. You tell yourself, I'll play more next month, but you don't. Average subscriber only plays a handful of games per year on these services. Meanwhile, Microsoft, Sony and EA are laughing all the way to the bank because they've got millions of people paying monthly fees for games they might play. And here's kicker. Most of these services pad the libraries with filler. Sure, they'll put some big hitters in there, just enough to keep you interested, but bulk? It's shovelware, indie games you've never heard of, and EA recycling FIFA, Madden, and Battlefield like a broken record. And when you finally see a game you do want to play, you better do it fast, because it might be gone next month. Just like that. No whining, no grace period, no, hey mate, maybe you'd like to finish this first. Just deleted from existence like you never had access to it in first place. And that's because you didn't. You never owned it. You were renting it. And your landlord, Microsoft, Sony, EA, whatever, just kicked you out because someone else wanted room. Their excuse? Oh, licensing agreement, contracts. We don't control that. Sorry. Absolute nonsense. They have full control over what games stay and what games go. Just not in their interest to keep a static library. If they left every game up forever, there'd be no urgency to play, no FOMO to keep you hooked. This is a deliberate strategy. They want you to rush through games like a rat on a treadmill, hopping from one title to the next before it vanishes. And when your favourite game disappears, well, now you're emotionally invested. You might even go out and buy it separately, just so you can finish it. And it gets worse. Some games leave permanently, never to return, while others get rotated back in months later. Usually just in time for some overpriced definitive edition or an unnecessary remaster they want to sell you at full price. Meanwhile, if you do decide to buy a game that warrants service, they're kind enough to offer you a discount off already overpriced digital store version. That means no used copies, no reselling, no trading in, just pure profit for them. And this is where it all leads. Subscription services are conditioning us to accept that we don't own our games anymore. Digital storefronts already killed physical media. Now subscriptions are killing ownership itself. They have their way. In 10 years, you won't own a single game. You'll be paying monthly for a library they control, and you'll just have to accept whatever's available. And if you think that sounds bad, wait till you hear why this is exactly what these companies want. Not just about money, it's about control. Think about it. In good old days, you bought a game, you owned it. Physical copy, disc, cartridge. It was yours. You could play it whenever you wanted, lend it to your mate, trade it in, sell it, whatever. It was your property. Fast forward to today, that's dead. Digital stores already killed physical media. Now subscription services are coming for the last bit of consumer freedom we have left. They want us renting everything. No ownership, no resale, no escape. Publishers love subscriptions for one simple reason. They make more money. You pay 60 quid once, that's a one-time sale. You pay 10 quid a month, every month, forever, that's a constant revenue stream. And it gets worse. With ownership dead, they can rotate games in and out like they're running a dodgy nightclub. Charge extra for premium access. Cause you know it's coming. Day one exclusives, extended trials. That'll be an extra £5 a month. Cheers. Manipulate what you play by making certain games more accessible while others mysteriously vanish just before a big sequel release. Looking at you, Rockstar, conveniently removing old GTAs before pushing new version out at full price. And here's really dangerous part. When you don't own your games, you can't protest. Think about it. When Blizzard pulled plug on Overwatch 1, people were furious. But what could they do? Note. You didn't own Overwatch, you were just allowed to play it until Blizzard decided otherwise. They shut servers down, and that was that. Now imagine that power applied to every game you play. Developer screws up, publisher forces in more microtransactions. Well, too bad, because you're locked into their ecosystem with no alternative. If everything's on Game Pass, PS Plus, or whatever new subscription service they cook up, you don't get to vote with your wallet anymore, because they already have your money, every month, whether you play or not. Future they want, you'll own Note. You'll subscribe to access games you never truly have control over. They'll disappear when it suits them. They'll be delisted when they want to sell you a new version. And you just keep paying because it's only option left. But here's kicker. You're already part of the system. You're already used to it. And that's why it's so dangerous. And if you think that's bad, wait till you hear about what happens when they bring microtransactions and battle passes into the subscription model. See, these companies don't just want your subscription money, they want everything you got. And that's where microtransactions and battle passes come in. You'd think a steady monthly income from millions of subscribers would be enough, right? Wrong. That's just entry fee. Real money? That comes from getting you to spend on top of your subscription. We've already seen it happen. Just because a game's free on Game Pass or PS Plus don't mean they won't hit you with DLC packs. Oh, you're enjoying this game? Well, if you want full experience, that'll be £20 more. Microtransactions. Sure, you could grind for that unlock, or just pay us instead. Battle passes. A limited time FOMO-filled cash vacuum that you can't finish unless you make game your full-time job. This is next evolution at Scam. You think you're getting a great deal by playing through a subscription, but then you end up spending even more than if you'd just bought damn game outright. Tech FIFA, NBA 2K, Call of Duty. These games rake in billions from microtransactions on top of the base prices. Now imagine that every game starts doing that, but without an option to ever buy it outright. You're permanently paying to access something that keeps charging you more. And here's real kicker. With a traditional game, if developers get too greedy, you can boycott it. You can just not buy it. But with a subscription-based game in future, you can't avoid it. Publishers control what's on service. They want every single game to have live service mechanics, microtransactions and battle passes. They can make it industry standard. If they want to remove single-player games and focus only on monetized, online-only titles, what's stopping them? They already have you locked in. They already have your money. And if all major publishers push the same model, you won't have an alternative. This is what's coming. You pay monthly just to access games. You still pay extra for DLC, skins, battle passes, and in-game currency. Games get rotated out, forcing you to buy them separately if you want to keep playing. Single-player offline games become a rarity because they can't monetize them long-term. You never stop paying because that's plan. By the time gamers realise what's happened, it'll be too late to go back. So here we are. We've torn apart gaming subscription scam, exports vanishing games trick, uncovered rental-only future, and now we're staring down barrel at paid-to-exist gaming landscape. And worst part, this isn't some distant future. It's happening right now. You think games are getting worse lately? Well, you're not wrong. Subscription-based gaming is already shaping how games are made. Instead of developing actual games, publishers are designing engagement loops, shiny dopamine-hitting, never-ending content treadmills that keep you playing just enough to stay subscribed, but never enough to feel satisfied. Forget quality single-player experiences. Why would they make a game that you can just finish when they could create one that strings you along forever? Live service everything. Goodbye complete games. Hello drip-fed unfinished seasonal content. FOMO-driven updates. Missed this event? Too bad. Pay up next time. More monetization. Subscription ain't enough. Now cough up for skins, passes and XP boosters. And by the time we're all fully trapped in this system, there won't be any way to opt out. Publishers don't care about preserving gaming, they care about maximising profit. They've spent years conditioning gamers to accept less ownership and more monetisation. And now, with success in Netflix, Spotify, and every other subscription service, they're ready to make renting games norm. And worst part, most gamers don't realise it's happening. They're too busy defending their favourite corporations on Twitter while those same corporations are stealing the consumer rights out from under them. But it's not too late yet. Stop relying on subscriptions. I know it's convenient, but it's a trap. Buy games outright when possible. If you want real ownership, you have to pay for it. Support devs making single-player complete experiences. Otherwise, they'll disappear entirely. And call out industry bullshit, because if we don't, nobody will. Gaming's one of the last industries where you used to actually own what you paid for. But if this subscription takeover succeeds, we'll be left with naught but rentals, paywall, and monetisation traps. And trust me, once they have full control, they'll never gain it back. So if you care about future of gaming, speak up now, because otherwise, in 10 years, we'll all be looking back, wondering when hell we let this happen. Want to keep conversation going? Hang out on Discord and chat with fellow gamers. Follow me on X for extra rants and hot texts. Consider joining channel members for exclusive content. All links are in the description. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, leave your comments below. Might just feature them on channel. I'll see you next time, you magnificent.